Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Ekasi Esports YouTube channel. We are here for week 2 of the Ekasi Esports Chess Series playoffs. We had an epic week 1 of the playoffs, and the number started off with 32 players who entered the playoffs, and now we're down to only 16 players who are going to be battling it out today for a spot in the grand finals. And we're only taking 4. We're only taking the top 4 from today's playoffs. Who are going to be heading into the grand finals of the Ekasi Esports Chess Series, which is all powered by Vodacom World. So thank you guys for joining us. We're about to get underway with the games. I think we got a couple more, like 10 minutes left on the clock until the games get underway. But before that, me and my homie Snare, we'll be giving you guys a rundown of what's been happening, what to expect, because there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot going on, and it was a crazy week 1, and today it's just gonna get crazier. Yeah. So be sure to stay tuned. So yeah, but without further ado, I'm your host Perfect, and I'm with my main man, Mr. Snare. What's up, Snare?
Hey, what's good, fam?
You know how it is, man. You know how it is. Always Gucci.
I know how it is, so I'm about to resign. All right, fine. I get it.
Okay. Not like that. It's not like that yet. It's not like that yet. But yeah. What's been good? How's the week been? How's
Week's been good. Week's been a bit of a slow one, but we are now here, getting towards the end of the. It hasn't really felt like it's been 10 weeks, but somehow 10 weeks have just flown by. Here we are at the very end of it.
Bro, tell me about it.
Now it's gonna feel like it's kind of become a thing of every single Sunday. This is what we do. So there better be season 2. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I'll talk to the gents and be like, yo, we need season 2. But yeah. And if you guys would like to see season 2, just be sure to tell us in the comments. Engage with us. There's the comments, there's the live chat. We'll be sure to respond to y'all. But season 2 will definitely be needed, because some people are a lot of people are really liking the chess tournament. So yeah, but yeah, like you mentioned, like I'm also surprised they already made it to the 10 week mark. 10 weeks, that's a long time. I think this is the Coco time, so you don't notice how fast time goes. How fast time goes when we're at home. So yeah, time just flies past. Like I usually wake up at 10 in the morning, and then get some work done and stuff like that. I check the clock, and then it says like it's like 4 o'clock. I'm like, already 4 o'clock?
How is this even possible?
How is it like so quick? And I'm like, damn, time flies, huh? And then by the time I check again, it's already like 12 midnight. I'm like, whoa, hold up.
Hey man, since 2020, like March, time has just been wonky. Everything's been weird. It's felt like a decade. But like, for example, the other day, right, my screen was giving me issues, and I was like, damn, I really hope I still have the warranty on this, right? It should still be covered on the warranty.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when did I buy this?
My screen was giving me issues,
like,
and I was like, damn,
it might be out because you bought it like 2 years ago. It should still be covered. Check the slip, right? It's like, so I'm like, like, what? Just got this thing, but it feels like years and years. Everything's distorted. Everything's bizarre, man.
Oh, but is it good now?
Oh, it's fine now. Yeah, I figured it out. Just a back cable. Phew.
Hectic. What is it? Is it display port? Like, do you have to?
Yeah.
Yeah. It sometimes gets finicky. But yeah, one thing that won't be finicky today is people's chess moves today. To make sure that your thingies are not. Make sure that you got everything sorted. Make sure you're ready. I'm talking to the players who are in the top 16 are going to be playing today. I hope y'all are ready. And I hope y'all are ready to to bring your A game, because today there's no second chances. If you're out, you're out, and we're only taking the top 4. Last week we were generous, we made the top 16, but now it's top 4. So only a quarter of the guys who are guys and girls who are here today will make it into the grand final. So I'm just gonna pull up here the list of the people who are loaded in and who are gonna be playing today. So we've got the Chess Boy. He's one of the guys who I predict will make it into the grand finals. We got Kithonski, we got Taps Jr., we got Senzo, we got Volatile, we've got Master P, we got Lazy Cash, we got Liquescence, and we've got Martinez, and we got Mercy. So I think we're waiting for 6 more people to join in, and then we should be almost underway. But as you can see there at the top, we only got 8 minutes left on the clock till the games get started. So hopefully those guys, those ladies and gents, will join in time, because we don't want people to not join and then they complain. We'll see. I didn't get to join. And
Didn't get to join.
Yeah, and then after that they tell them, I could have won that one. Remember the season 1 of the chess tournament? I would have won. I could have showed them all. I could have, I could have raked them all. But I was just late. I was just
Tell
late.
me,
You feel me?
who are the notable absences here? Now that I think about it, I noticed that Bekra isn't here.
Yeah, Becker's not here yet. I'm not sure.
Let's
I'm sure
see.
she'll be loading up. She sometimes takes. She's fashionably late sometimes. She takes her sweet time.
It's just taking some time. Just relax.
Yeah. So I'm not worried. She does, take her time sometimes when joining. So I'm sure she'll join. But I think we got Suli, who's not here yet.
Sule also not here.
Yeah, we got Mkweli, who's also not here yet. We got Problem X, who's not here yet, and Clips. Yeah, Clips.
Clips as well. Yeah.
He's also not here yet. And Coronation's also not here yet. Yeah, I think those are the guys who are missing. I think those are the people who are missing. Hopefully they'll be joining us soon, because all of these, like the top 16, are really, really strong players. They have really proven themselves throughout the weeks to be players who are not to be messed with. They're like a sprained ankle. They ain't nothing to play with. Yeah, gotta come with the
No, gotta come with the bars.
But yeah. So we're just waiting for those guys to join up. Okay, well, we're not waiting for them to join up, because the games are gonna start. Regardless if they do join in time or not. But I hope they do, because we need them to we need them to pull through, man. We need them to pull through, just to add more excitement to the games. But yeah, just to give you guys a rundown of what's going to be happening today, we're going to be playing the players are going to be playing a 4-round Swiss tournament where these 16 players will battle it out for, like I said, for a spot in the grand finals, where we'll be only taking the top 4 from this week. And yeah, so they'll be playing 4 rounds, and the person or the top 4 who have the most points will go on to the grand finals. If there's ties, then we'll have tiebreaker points, which will help break those ties. But if there's a tie also with the tiebreaker points, then they'll have to play a tiebreaker match to obviously decide who's going to be going through or not. But yeah, like right now, you don't really have to aim for the number 1 spot in this week. Like I said, you just have to make sure that you're in the top 4. But obviously it's going to be intense, so you got to make sure that you win all your games. You can't afford to drop the ball, not for a single moment, because you will get punished. Yeah. And yeah, these guys are also not just playing for the sake of playing. They're playing for the big money, the big prizes. So the person in first place after the grand finals is going to win 5,000 rands in cash. The person in second place will take home 2,500 rands, and the person in third place will take home 1,500 rands. And if you look at the player list, we see Bekra, our women's cat state master, joining into the server.
Hey.
So she is here. The lady's here. I told you, fashionably late. Maybe she was just getting ready. Just getting ready. To take him down. Because you don't want to keep a lady waiting, I guess. So she was just getting ready. So yeah. We're about to
Maybe it was one of those things of just the anime power up, right? You arrived just in the nick of time, just when things are about to get
Goku
settled.
stuff, Goku always comes through. Goku always comes through like towards the, towards the climax. When everyone is about to die. Actually, no. Actually, sometimes he even comes when people are dead. And then he comes like, oh yeah, well, he's about to destroy the planet,
I'm here
but
now.
I'm here now.
What's up, y'all?
Then he transforms to something new, maybe Ultra Instinct 2 or something, and then he wins, and then planet saves, happy days. But yeah, shout out to it's great to see that she has also joined us. I guess that takes the number down to 5 people. But like I said, if they don't join in time, then yeah. But what's your prediction for today? What's your prediction? Who do you think are going to be the top 4 going through? Looking at the playlist. I've already mentioned the Chess Boy as one of my picks. So who do you think? Like for you, who do you think is also going to go through?
Given what we've seen, definitely the Chess Boy and Kitansky. I'd say them two,
Mm-hmm.
Taps Jr. and now I have to decide between Senzo and Bekra. I'm just thinking from what we've seen so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think Senzo's been like Senzo has a better chance. Has been playing a little bit more consistently over the last couple of weeks, but I think Bekra sort of has like higher spikes, right? In the sense that
Yeah.
there's weeks where Bekra looks like she could easily be beating Kitongski, not easily beating, but like could be contesting with Kitongski or the chess boy,
Mm-hmm.
and other weeks where she's like 0-2, like after the first couple rounds. So,
Yeah.
safe bet Senzo, outside bet Bekra
Yeah, true.
for the fourth slot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. I guess for me, right? Like, I guess we can recap on last week's top four. Last week we had Kitonsky and the Chess Boy. Both in number one and number two position, and then we had Suli, who was third, and then we had Mkweli, who was fourth. That's someone actually who, if he shows up, right, I think he's one of the guys who will go through. So I guess for me it's Kitonsky, the Chess Boy, and Kitonsky and the Chess Boy. Definitely those guys. I believe they'll go through. Like they've been consistently number one and number two. For the past couple of weeks, except for week 8 of the chess series. But then oh no, that's week 7. Sorry. And then for third and fourth, I would give it to Taps Jr. definitely. He's been playing more consistently. He does show some, power there. Becker last week in the first week, she came out. I think. Let me look at the leaderboard. She was number 11. But to be fair, she did play with someone who was not doing something they were supposed to be doing. Right, the guy who got banned.
This is fair.
The guy who got banned. So if she didn't lose that match, because I'm pretty sure it really also like got her, some type of way, because it does mess you up. A loss, especially in the first round, does really mess you up going forward. So I feel like if she starts on a good note, this week, she could really, take it all the way. And I feel like I would give her a spot in the finals. So I would say, yeah, Kitonsky, the Chess Boy, Taps Jr., and Bekra. But if Mkwili joins in time, I'm looking at the time, he has less than 1.5 minutes to join. But if he does join, then I guess that's a different conversation that's a different list that I'm going to bring up. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's not fair to like use, we have to use what we have in front of us, right? Especially with like 30 seconds to go. So I feel like Bekra might have taken all the anime power-up juice left for a grand finale. A grand entrance at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We'll see if anyone else has that, but yeah, it would be pretty sad if we don't get the full complement, especially like you mentioned, because we do have people like Mkweli who could actually shake up the order of that top four.
Definitely. I believe he can, because he was really strong. Looking at last week, he was really strong. He was coming with that
looking
heat.
very good.
He was coming with that heat. He wasn't playing with nobody. I think he lost his first match. He lost his first match, right?
Well, the first one. Yeah, he lost his first match.
He lost his first match, and then after that, he just came in, on a tear. On a tear. He came down.
Looked like a different player afterwards, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the game seems to be underway now. And unfortunately, he's not in, so
Feels bad.
Feels bad, man. And I think someone has a bye here. Mercy08 has a bye. As you can see, he's already at the top of the leaderboard there. So, yeah, he has a bye. But I guess we can jump into some of the matches. So, we have Bekra Joy against the Chess Boy on the first round. Oh, my God. This is going to be epic. Right. I want to check this out.
All right.
I think we should definitely check this one out. Let me just see if I can just pull up this real quick so I can just like show the people at home the game.
Ooh. This is an interesting one. Look at the offensive from Bekra, going all Shishilian here on us.
Oh, she going in. Oh, she going in.
This is gonna be a very fast-paced match. It seems though. Doesn't seem like either of them want to give any quarter. And even though, not I really like about, we've spoken about like how the chess boy generally tends to play like very far away from the short side castle, right? This time around, it looks like Bekra ended up going for a castle on her end. Yeah, and she's actually sort of adopting, she's from the queen side, right? But she's sort of adopting that particular style from the chess boy. Might look directly from the chess boy himself, but you know what I mean? Like using that kind of tactic of as soon as you do go for the castle, immediately play hyper aggressively on the other side of the board, have some mild control. But the chess boy obviously plays like this, so knows how to avoid it, knows how to make sure that he is not going to just fall directly into its hands. Look at him go.
Yeah, look at him go. He's already bringing that knight, also placing that knight on g4, threatening the fork onto, what's this, a potential fork that might come later in the game, which is on f2. But then they already go for the exchange earlier. So will Bekra go for the exchange? Will she exchange her black skin, her black square bishop for a
Oof.
knight? Is it worth the trade?
I don't think so, because then if she does that, then she's in danger of being checked from g5 with
Yeah.
the bishop. So she kind of had to play defensively in this case, so had to let it go. Better to
Yeah.
do this, but now it opens up this nice little avenue here for the chess boy sitting on this h file. So this is really nice, right? Because you get to do this, you reposition, you don't get yourself in a bad position. And sure, a potential trade might come, but it's very unlikely. But at the same time, you also disallow for aggressive movements from Bekra, because you don't have to actually move that particular rook, but you also have the offensive options on two files. There's no pawns blocking you, whilst Bekra still has to contend with this pawn that's sitting on h2, not going to really do anything for quite a while. So it makes it easier with your rook than it is for her to play.
Definitely. And we can see the chess also develop his bishop there and place it onto d7, maybe possibly going for a queenside castle again. Yeah, because I guess castling kingside will be not the best thing, as it's like totally demolished. Both of his g and h pawns are gone. So yeah, definitely he might be looking into castle queenside in his next move, just to provide that extra layer of protection, which he does, because you just want to make sure the king is out of the way before you start attacking aggressively. Because if your opponent counters and they catch you slipping, and they catch you slipping, then yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare. And sorry to those at home, I just noticed that you guys are watching the moves only on screen. And then I see Magano GM says, why are you taking top 4 and not top 8? Well, that's because we just want to make sure that like next week when it gets to the grand finals, because it's going to be a bracket. So next week is going to be a bracket where we'll have the semi-finals, and then we'll have the grand finals happening next week. So it won't be a Swiss tournament, but it will be just like a single elimination final. So, and I guess 8 people in one day is gonna be a bit too much. So that's why you just have to come through now. You gotta show up. Unfortunately, you gotta show up. So yeah. But yeah. So back to the match.
Speaking of the match, now I just noticed, fam.
What's up?
Look at the time difference. Bekra at 6.5 minutes right now. The chess boy at 9. Are you kidding me?
Hasn't
How
even
is
spent
this
a
development
minute.
on a minute? What? I mean, we often spoken about like the chess boy's ability to play extremely fast and his blitzy style, but this is a bit ridiculous, right? This kind of disparity.
I mean, he's a very experienced player, right? And he like him and Kitonsky are very good friends. I'm not sure if they've also like played Bekra before, but ow. But
Ouch.
definitely they him and Kitonsky, the reason why they're so evenly matched and the reason why they always tie and everything is because they play regularly with each other, against each other. So both of them are strong blitz players. Kitonsky also has been known to give grandmasters, international grandmasters, a run for their own money in blitz games, and he has beaten some of them, some of them as well in the past. And this guy is only like what I think he's still like 20, Kitonsky. So these guys are still young guys. So and they're already this strong. So yeah,
That's crazy to me.
So yeah, you're saying, sorry?
I was also watching this game as you were speaking, right, about like how they play.
Mm-hmm.
Bekra has been forced to move her king like twice just to try and reposition him safely without really being able to do anything else at different points, and both of those moves were immediately punished by the chess boy advancing up the board. Look where we are. Considering how the game started, considering the state when we joined in, right, after Bekra had opened up, it seemed like she was really like controlling the initial tempo, but we've immediately been pushed all the way back. Queen trade, and in this position, the chess boy happy to have it happen. Queen trade happens in a situation where the king is very, very isolated in a very dark part of the board right now, sitting on a1, blocked in by 2 pawns on the second rank there. And what makes things worse is 2 rooks very happy to start advancing. because now you have the advantage on that end. You still have access to your bishop. You still have a knight here, and you've got a ton of pawns who you can still develop, but at the same time who aren't inhibiting your own king on your side.
Definitely. Like yeah, like the best thing that you could do, especially if you have an advantage of your opponent. In this case, obviously, he has a rook. And Bekra has one of his minor pieces. But like the nice thing, if you have an advantage, especially going towards the end game, you want to make sure that not that you want to make sure, but I would recommend exchanging queens off of the board. It just clears things out, and make sure that you have a nice clean board, so that because like I said, queens can really pull an upset at any moment in the game, right? And you don't wanna be a victim of that. So you just want to make sure that you take the queens away. You just want to take the queens away, just so the person doesn't make hit you with some crazy ass tactic, which is gonna cost you the game. And I feel like this is interesting what the D chess boy has just done. I feel like he's trying to get the bishop, one of Becker's bishops away out of the board. I think he might exchange that knight for Becker's bishop.
He's dangling it.
Yeah, because like as you can see, that bishop is supporting the pawn on e4. And if that bishop goes, it's gonna be really hard for Becker, to make sure that that pawn is well protected, because there's no other pawn, next to it. It's not connected to any other pawns on the board. So obviously, if that bishop is out of the way, then it just makes the chessboard's job easier. But I guess if that exchange does go down, and then yeah, Becker's C pawn will come onto the D file, being extra support. But then they'll just like further destroy Becker's pawn structure, on the king side.
Get this commitment from the chessboard to get rid of this pawn. Like,
It
you will
was
not
done.
have any of these plays. If you want to go for a trade, fine, but you're not going to get the positive trade.
Yeah.
It'll be bishop for rook, not rook for rook, which would be okay for Becker in this situation. But this is like, so there's a lot of attention being played there. All right, let's see what she decides to do.
It's
But
just,
she's going to force the play. She's going to force the play.
yeah, it's just adding more pressure.
Oh, this is incoming fork might be on here, coming in after she eats this particular pawn that's sitting on e6. Afterwards, is Kitong's gonna let it happen? Let's
That's
see.
Becker.
Oh, well, chessboy, sorry. Chessboy gonna let it happen. So now what do you think about this, right? So still gonna be threatening.
Nah, I'd get rid of the knight
Uh,
first. I'd also got rid of the knight, just to prevent my wowzers. And D chessboy comes in with his own fork. And then she'll retaliate with her own fork, and yeah, this is rough. This is rough. And one thing I like about the chess players play, you see this in the high level plays also, like where these powerful players, they don't really respond to your threats. They don't try to defend or run away, but what they do, they just add more pressure on the board.
Yeah,
they just keep on adding more
absolutely.
pressure.
More pressure, but she's doing a very decent job of cleaning up the board herself.
Yeah,
And it's
so
possible to just get the immediate pressure on the pawn. Nice move onto g4. Now the question is, what do you do about this impending promotion? It's very, very difficult to stop in your position with the pieces that are left on the board, but you do have the pawn advantage if you do manage to get rid of this pawn pre-promotion. But now you have to make a difficult decision. It won't be possible. GG's out.
GG's.
Yeah.
Nah, she resigned. Like there was nothing really that she could do at that in that position, because obviously the chessboard was
Too
gonna
much pressure
promote.
here.
Yeah, it was gonna get a queen in that position, and then there was nothing she could do. There was nothing she could do. So yeah, I guess well played from Bekra. And yeah, so the chessboard clearly looking like the stronger between the two. So if they eventually do meet up in the grand finals, if they do, then I guess we'll know the result. But then yeah, I guess we can jump on to the other games so far. So I guess that places the chessboard in first, and then we can see that Tap Junior has already played his match, and he has won. So far so good for him. And we still have Kitonsky against Master P. So Kitonsky's still going going hard at it. And just looking at first glance at the board, he can see that Kitowski is, putting work onto Master P. Master P, another dark horse for the tournament. He had some great plays in the past. But I feel like in this moment in time, he's really, getting it handed to him. We have Kitowski obviously on the white pieces, and we got him on we got Master P on the black pieces.
He's got a bishop advantage right now. He's in a very good position. You have to try and move your you really hate to be in this position where the opponent effectively gets a free move. You just have to decide what free move they get is, right? Do they get the free move of being able to develop the pawn further on and eat a free pawn by easily checking you, or do they get a free move by you deciding now to move back preemptively on the defense, but still in some way they're able to develop further pieces? Really bad. You're also at a time disadvantage, a massive one. We've seen this trend across both of the Masters mid-level players of Kitowski as well as the chess boy. Game is very difficult, and it looks like the free move is going to be in terms of the free check. Here we go. How do you react to this? Gonna lose a piece, gonna get checked again.
You just keep on
Game is
getting
hard.
kicked. You just keep on getting kicked around, and he should not take that pawn. I'm just warning him.
He's not going to.
Yeah, it's a bit too early, but I guess Kitowski's gonna be looking to check. Probably check with with the pawn. And then we see Master P coming in with that extra layer of defense by placing the knight there onto e5. Hopefully, maybe going for the exchange, so he doesn't have to take with the king.
Alright.
Because obviously, the worst thing there is just to take with the king.
Yeah.
But obviously,
you're gonna get checked anyway.
Yeah, that doesn't stop.
It
doesn't. That doesn't mean that he's out of trouble. It doesn't mean that he's out of trouble because Kitowski's just adding more pressure, and that's the game. You know what I'm saying? That's the game. That's the mate. That's done. It's done. It was forced. It was just like his moves were numbered.
What could you do?
Yeah, GG's, man. There's nothing you could do. You feel me? Rough. It's rough. It's rough. But back. You see the trend, man. Like Kitowski has 6:22 minutes, to spare. I mean, he had 6 minutes 22 seconds, while Master P only had 25 seconds. And like I said, these guys are very fast. So time is not a factor when you're playing with these guys, because they'll use your time as you're busy trying to plot and try to think against them. They're using your time to also plot against you. So by the time it's their turn to play, because you're probably using a minute or two to counter their moves. By the time you come up with the counter, they already came up with a counter for your counter, and then GG's. You feel me?
Right.
But yeah, looking at this, we've got
Senzo's about to lose.
Who? Senzo?
Yeah, Senzo's about to lose. And I had them as one of the safer picks for fourth place. But Senzo's about to beat them, yeah.
We got Senzo on the white pieces. Oh my gosh, man. Oh yeah, this is grim. Yeah, if I was Senzo at this point, I would resign. But one thing,
no surprise there.
One thing, it's a no-brainer. But one thing that I've seen in the past, some of these guys who have been in the tournament, some of them don't know how to mate. So, okay, but those were situations where there was a king and a rook position.
Yeah.
But in this case, I guess what
rook, queen, the king's already on B rank, on B. I don't know, man. You're sitting on B file, right? Look at this. Come on. There's no way from this position that you don't just end up getting mated here. There's just no way.
Yeah. Nah, it's GG's now. It's GG's. There's one. It's like it's forced. It's forced. It's
yeah, there we go. GG. Yeah.
So does he move there or does he resign? Unenkani. Checkmate. Unenkani. So it's teammate. But yeah, I guess that we still have one more match. Okay, we still have one more match where we have Volatile against Martinez, and this is looking grim. This is looking grim for Black, which is Volatile. It's like I don't know what's up. Like I thought it was a pretty even bunch that we had during the top 16, because like the matches are very. Yeah, the matches are very quick, and the advance, like you can see the difference in skill level. It's very clear. It's not, the skill gap is very clear. It's not like we haven't seen any tight matches so far. I guess the tightest match we saw was the one between Vicious Boy and Bekra, but so far it's just been I won't say easy waters, but like
Pretty one-sided, yeah.
yeah, pretty one-sided. Most of these matches.
We're about to see a game end here, for example, which
Yes,
is
sir. No, it's not.
oof.
It won't be over. It's not over yet.
It's not
But
over, but like, wait, hey, hold up. Nah, it's not over. Okay. I was wondering, like, if there was one mistake Martinez could have made there, that might have made, given some degree of hope. But
wait,
yeah,
hold on. We got 2 queens in this board.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is G's. It's chai. Double queen, there's still a
Jeez.
natural rook, and you still have the option here, promotion on several other places on the board. There's just no way
Oh no.
that this ends up being a win.
Nah. It's
But
GG's. It's
hold
GG's,
on,
bro. Nah, it's
hold on.
GG's.
There's time, right? 1 minute only left for Martinez, and you were mentioning how some players
Nah,
don't
it's
necessarily
just
have. Okay, nah, never mind. Okay, never mind.
it's GG's, my G.
Yeah,
He just messed
Martinez
up.
is doing the right thing, putting themselves in the correct position. Make it easy.
Checkmate.
There we go.
Oh no, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
but
pawn in the way.
yeah,
But
mate.
there's no way.
There we
There we
go.
go.
But yeah, GG's to Martinez. He's coming in strong. But yeah, I guess looking at the leaderboard now, we have Teacher's Boy in first. We're then Kitonsky in second. Okay, well, obviously the people who won, they've won match. So yeah, three is looking very, very tight. But looking at this, Lazy Cash got a bye this round. So then and he's sitting on only 1 out of 2 points. So that means he might have lost his first match. Unfortunately for him, I don't think we got to see who he played, but yeah, he lost his first match. And Lazy Cash has been one of those guys who's been here since day one, man. He's been here since day one, and I guess I would love
Grinding it
to
up.
see him. Yeah, I would love to see him in the finals, but if I was being realistic and just like I don't think, yeah, it's gonna be really tight for him to make it in the top 4, especially with the Chess Boy, Bekra, and all these monsters in. It's gonna be tight. But I guess I'd love to see Taps Junior's match because I think we missed it that
Yeah, we haven't
previously.
seen them play yet.
Yeah, and I guess you said he was one of your predictions, right? I think also one of my predictions to be make it.
It was my third place.
To make it into the finals. So yeah, and I also think I put him in third place as well. But I guess we shall see as he goes up against Mercy 08, who also won his first match. And I guess looking at this matchup, I would give it to Taps Junior as well. Just looking at the skill level, and yeah, Tapson is I feel like Tapson is slightly better than Mercy, because we know Mercy for making a couple of blunders and showing up, showing some people some mercy.
Living up to the name. Man.
Yeah, living up to the name. So yeah, if he's gonna show Tapson some mercy, he's gonna get thrashed. Okay, he's gonna get thrashed, and
gotta put Taps Junior in the ground as soon as humanly possible.
As you can see, he's coming in, and Tapson is coming in with that Queen's Gambit. That Queen's Gambit is making a lot of plays. We've seen Kitowski playing it, and we also have seen and as we're seeing now, Tapson also taking his hand on it. Excuse me, and
it's a classic for a reason, right?
Yeah, no. I also love the Queen's Gambit. I also really love the Queen's Gambit. Also was just the Stonehold defense. Yeah, so those are like my two. Those were my my two go-to chess openings back in high school. But yeah, he goes, he goes aggressive and he takes the pawn on d5, which usually I don't usually do. I just keep it there. I just keep my pawn there, and then eventually advance it over onto c5. Just to have a pawn chain on that black diagonal from g1 up to a7. But he goes aggressive, and sometimes going aggressive initially with that Queen's Gambit is not sometimes not really the best thing. I haven't had the best experiences with it. In the past. But you can
gets put in a bit of an awkward position from it, right? Afterwards, here.
Yeah.
Now, you have this really annoying e4 pawn. It's not really threatening, but it's like, ugh. Now I have to deal with this, right? The entire game, I have to be orientated around this. You've had your... This is going to be nice, though. Going to get a free bishop out of this, maybe. Looks to be the case.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that pin as well with the bishop. I don't know why he did that.
I I'm actually wondering because like Mercy, like I'm thinking about like what was the interaction and the additional play with the after moving the pawn right up onto e4.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real natural advantage you gain from having b4 bishop afterwards because like you mentioned, the pin doesn't really get you pressure. We see the move now,
Yeah.
we actually lose the bishop, and even it's fine if you lose the bishop in exchange for a further development elsewhere.
Mm.
But for example, this
Nah, but
counter move,
still.
there's no way to actually counter, like this doesn't do anything, right?
Mm.
Yeah, it just feels like a little bit of mercy for mercy.
Yeah, he's just showing too much mercy, and also the pawn there onto b7 is also hanging. So, you know, maybe Tapsino might also like look to destroy that queen side a bit more by taking that pawn. But nah, I feel like he doesn't want to play too risky. You know, he doesn't want to get into black territory so early. So
There's no
he's
need.
just, yeah, there's no need. There is no need, especially since the bishop up now. So there's no need for him to get overly hyper aggressive. You know, he could just like work on developing his game first, and maybe also trying to get as many pieces exchanged and off the board. You know, so that he can focus on other things. But now you can see Tapshino adding more pressure onto that knight, which is defending the king. Which was defending the king against that check onto onto the king by the queen.
That's dangerous. There's still this knight that's sitting on e5 as well. So decisions have to be made now
Oh,
for Mercy. Like you have to ask yourself, what's the most likely thing that's going to happen next?
yeah.
And there's too many options now. Like, are you worried about trades? You do have the additional cover of f6 knight, but how crazy do you think Taps Junior is? Because like you mentioned, when you're up, you always benefit more from these trades, even if they look insane at first glance. And you still have like this additional queen who now can actually eat pawn for free. So that b7 knight that you meant, or b7 pawn, excuse me, that you mentioned earlier, has to be advanced now, and the good old fork will come as a consequence.
Yeah, like I don't know why he pushed that pawn. To be honest, like, I don't know why that was a move.
He wanted to support this because he moved his
Oh, he
rook
moved his
right
rook
away from
away.
a.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he moved his rook away, so he wanted to be able to support the pawn. But
But
classic mistake.
yeah, but the queen was there also onto the. Unlucky. GG's.
GG's, man.
That was a thrashing there. Aye. Painful there. It was a thrash. Because there was not really much you could do. But like back on that move, right? Like just like to backtrack onto that move of the pawn. Because like the queen was still on d8, and you know it could have supported that pawn for a minute. So it could have prevented, you know, our Taps Junior's queen from taking that pawn. Because I put Taps Junior's next move was queen to a4, supporting the bishop and adding more pressure onto that knight. So maybe, you know, he might look, Taps Junior might look to take that knight, and after that, after the black knight takes back, then you know comes in with the bishop with the check. You know, just adding more pressure there onto black side. But then you know there was just like so much going on there. There was just like so much, and Mercy didn't really stand a chance. You know, and he wasn't shown mercy.
Yeah.
He was definitely not shown mercy in that match. And you know that gives Taps Junior 2 out of 2 points. But I guess we can check out who's this volatile against Senzo.
Yeah.
I think
think
Senzo was
it's a
one of
good
your
one.
picks, right? Senzo was one of your picks.
Senzo was like one of my safer picks. And then I was like, it depended on Bekra's performance. That Bekra having a good day would definitely be fourth, I said, and then Senzo would be like the most safer option
Yeah.
for going fourth. But it will depend on this matchup, right? Because this is where Senzo should have been able to be a lot more favored, but looks like Volatile is having a really good time here and is in a position here. You're getting something important, right, out of Senzo. The only question that Senzo has to determine is exactly what and in what order that's being gotten.
And
Disconnect.
oh man, that's not the way you want to go out, man. That's definitely not the way you want to go out. Oh damn, yeah, that must really hurt.
South African internet, boys.
Ish.
Ish.
Yahlupha, nah, yahlupha.
Yahlupha, mfana.
It's all because you say we're trying to connect, and you know there are issues. You know sometimes we have issues connecting to some streams, so we know how it is. We know how it is, but that's definitely not the way you want to go out, because this has costed now Senzo a second point, and you know I feel like his chances of him making it to the top 4 are almost zero at this point. You know. But yeah, we have one more match left in the 4th round, which is Luquisans against the Chess Boy. And yeah, look, Lucretions does seem to be holding his own. Just seems to be hanging in there by a thread.
This is not so bad at all.
But still, it's bad. It's still
It's
bad.
not. Listen.
What's
Right,
up?
listen.
What's up?
When like Spider-Man 1, right?
Which one?
At the beginning of Spider-Man 1, the
Tobey
Tobey Maguire
Maguire?
Spider-Man,
Oh
right?
yeah. Tobey Maguire here.
When he gets cage match, right? The objective isn't for him to win, right? Sometimes you're winning if you're simply surviving. And at this point, for Loquisans, right? Considering what we've seen from the chess boy today and the kind of performance that's come out from them, this is, it's not great, but you're sort of holding on. You're down a rook. It's not a great time at the moment. He's got these really aggressive moves all across the board. You're defending your queen instead of using the queen aggressively. You're sort of playing with her in a shell game, but you're holding on for now.
But man, this is chess. Chess is pretty black and white. See what I did there. But anyways, chess is pretty like there has to be a winner and loser at the end of the day. So yeah, you could survive and you could keep him on the board for a bit longer, but it's kind of like pointless if you're still gonna lose at the end. You feel me? Like now,
no, but
it's looking.
But you're
grim
going
for
to.
Liquisans.
Okay, all right. Look at it this way. If you're going to lose, right? How often do you find yourself playing up against a actual master, right? Proper master on the thing. If you're in a position like Lucretians is, for example. So the longer you're playing this match, the more opportunity you have to learn from the match. The better you'll be able to do to get into the top 4 in season 2.
But that's season 2. That's season 2, man.
All I'm saying is, right, I'm offering a counter to the perfect school of chess where I see the chess boys opening move and I resign same time.
Okay, wait, hold on. I didn't say you resign same time. unless probably after the third move, then yeah, maybe.
Oh my god.
But no. For me, it's just like, come on, man. Like I said, at this point, he's doing a good job, trying to stop, the chess boy from doing anything funny, but like, it's still pretty grim for him because now he's playing on the defensive, and I'm not really sure about him, getting that rook out of the game so early. Yeah.
Oh wow, this is an interesting conundrum here because this is how you know that the chess boy is extremely confident that he is much more benefited in just being able to get trades, even if they're slightly disfavorable. Double up on, get rid of one of their knights. He's offering the doubled up rooks to Loquisans. But Loquisans knows it's a trap. Obviously, there's the defense from that knight. Gets away. He has to defend the knight. But at the same time, now you're back in the same position, right? Where this knight is still threatening, or this rook, is still threatening the entire e-file. You can't really do anything about it. And all you have to do is still just try to protect the queen as much as you can. This is all you can do. Just hold on and learn, I suppose. And I like how Loquisans as well is going to try and make sure, recognizing some of the danger here, getting the king away from the final rank there. But this still creates complications because now you're slightly more boxed in than you were before. And you have to really worry about what is going to start happening, especially once you start moving your own queen away. What really sucks is that the queen this is one of those sticky situations for Loquisans, right? Where all 3 of your special pieces that are left on the board are somewhat covering each other. None of them can make independent moves for fear of what will happen if they're caught by themselves. So you kind of have to keep them in a particular holding pattern. You can't really risk moving them out. For example, once the queen starts moving away, immediately that knight is in danger. If you move the knight away, you also know for a fact that the chess boy is very content to go for the queen trade right now. So it's a very awkward situation to be in.
Yeah, Div. Yeah, it's looking very, very tight at this point. Yeah, but like I feel like it's gonna crumble. The world is gonna crumble any moment from now. And you see him advancing that pawn onto g5, onto g4. Maybe just trying to let his knight loose. So, but like obviously the chess boy not having none of that.
Let's see here. So, gonna force the
exchange.
Force the exchange here. All right. I suppose. Now you're gonna be able to use this pawn a little bit more aggressively.
But thing is,
If
like,
you,
but which makes it a bit tight at this moment because now the pawn, yeah, you can still protect it with the queen, but like if you add a bit more pressure to it, it's gonna be a bit too rough.
I think maybe the idea might be to try and get this rook away so that you can try and go for the check here. So, but the chess boy sees it coming, goes immediately for the block play, and also starts to threaten, puts him in check on the other side. So there's gonna be a way to easily escape the trap. There we go. Everything's fine.
Yeah, he's ooh. Go for the queen exchange. Eesh.
Okay.
That wasn't the best. I want to say that was the best move. Oh, and now he is pinned. This is interesting. Okay, he pushes the pawn before he goes for. Cause okay. Push the pawn. Kicks that knight and yeah. Snap.
Oh.
Well, there's nothing really
I mean,
you could do.
nothing you
There's
could
nothing
do.
that you could do at that point.
Yeah,
Because if you take
there's
the
nothing you
rook,
could do.
then
It's you're basically deciding are you playing against a rook or a queen,
yeah.
and you'd rather play against the rook, right?
Yeah. But
Painful as it may be, but you're still gonna lose the game. Here comes the queen anyway. Yeah, it's GG.
GG's. Well played, well played. Hey, well played from Luquisans.
Also,
Hey,
you see.
Hey, shout out to Luquisans, man. He got this far. But like, I feel like we're giving too much praise to the just boy. You feel me? Like, oh.
Also, shout out to the reasons for getting this far, like down to 5 seconds on the board, and
Almost
actually
using
playing
up-
out a full match against the chess boy.
Almost using
This
up
is
the
dope
chess
stuff.
boys full time.
Yes. Ooh. All right.
I mean,
Conflict.
half of his time.
Right?
I mean, half of his time. Yeah.
Emotional conflict here,
What's
right?
up?
Because now that we're getting into round 3, which is kind of like the make or break round, I believe that you need minimum 2 wins to be even in contention, right? So it's either we watch Kitonsky and Bekra or Taps Junior Chess Boy. So the Taps Junior Chess Boy and Kitonsky all have 2. Bekra has 1, right? So she needs this win. If she gets this dub, then she should be okay. If she doesn't, then she's in real trouble.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, it's still gonna be 1 point after this because they've played before. Remember, she has played Kitonsky before, and it wasn't like the best results she had. So it's gonna be pretty rough for her. And just looking at the scoreboard again, the leaderboard, Martinez has 2 out of 3 points. He got it from the buy because we only had 11 players loaded up.
Yeah.
So so he's now sitting on 2 out of 3 points. So it's going to be interesting. The third round is going to be interesting. So yeah, I think you can check out Bekra against Kitonsky and see how that's going to happen, because this is Bekra's chance. If she wins this one, then she is closer and closer to securing a spot in the top 4. But if she loses this one, this could probably destroy her chances of making it into the top 4. So this is a match really to keep an eye out on. And as you can see, Kitonsky already going in aggressive. He has his knight all up into d5, and he has the bishop all the way up into g5 as well. Deep into black territory.
Like Becca was playing white pieces last time. She's on black this time around.
Oh yeah,
So
she's
yeah. Kitonsky doesn't seem to be as much of a fan as the chess boy is of that particular style of play around the castles. Just go for that short side castle this time around anyway. So we'll see what the development's going to be from these rooks. Not fully sure I understand this queen move of exactly where it goes from here. But I also don't really like that king move. So this is like the second or third, no, actually the 4th time today that we've seen Bekra do this kind of thing. Just immediately try to tuck the king into as far the corner as humanly possible. Don't really like it for several reasons. Firstly, it doesn't kind of feel like a move that does anything for the most part, except for make you more vulnerable later on. I can understand if like the entire backside of the defense is destroyed, but the way things stand right now, it's just been boxing yourself in for no real apparent full reason. What do you think about this move from Bekra?
Nothing much. Because what she's trying to do is contest the center and just try to gain some center control. Also like by taking and also like trying to destroy that center. But they'll exchange the pawns, it opens up the file, and I feel like in that file battle, she'll win the file battle and probably take control of the D file. That's probably what she wanted to go for. But in the basic chess rules, what they say is to take is a mistake. So obviously Kitowski knows, okay, that's her intentions, and I'm not gonna do that. He's taking command of the board, and yeah, to take is a mistake in this position. So it's not the worst thing that could happen. It's just like it's not like a favorable thing that he'd like to see happen. But he might also not want to give up that control onto the D file. But on there are Kitowski and Dichespo, which I really like. They already have a plan and a strategy on how they're gonna go about the game. So if they make up their mind, even if don't be so shocked if he's playing and then he makes it into he moves the queen.
This is a great move.
Wowzers. Yeah, like it stopped me in my tracks. But as you can see, you see him not responding to any of Bekra's threats. And he's taking initiative on that board. And right now, things are really looking tough for Bekra.
And now what you have to do as Bekra, right? One of the reasons I didn't like this move earlier of moving the king onto h8, now you're in a position, a couple of moves later, you are literally obligated to get this king out of this position and go in the opposite direction, right?
Well, that's
because if you don't, now you have to do it now. Like you have to do it now, because if you don't do it now, right, if the bishop goes anywhere, not only is it this if it's not wait, actually you're screwed. Isn't it just checkmate next move?
Yeah, she is.
Game's over.
I'm not sure it's a
game's over.
I think she can still get away, but
I don't think you can, because it's her move. She has to. The only thing she can do now. Okay, wait. She can't take. She can't move the pawn up, right? But yeah, that's the only thing she could do. Threaten the queen, get it away. But still, you can't do anything here. You can't move your king around.
But now it's pretty much almost mate now. It's almost mate now. Yeah, this is pretty much.
Aim is hard. Don't you have to go for this really awkward trade of taking away this knight?
Yeah, I think.
If you don't take away the knight and lose your queen in trade, then it's mate next move. And you definitely don't want to lose the game now, so you're really obligated to do it, but it's really uncomfortable. Mate next move. Hashtag not worth. All because there was king in h8. Why was the king in h8?
Never put your pieces in the corners or on the sides, unless if they're rooks or something. But yeah, GG's to Bekra, and unlocks.
Not bad.
Yeah, but now we have Taps Junior against the chessboard. This should be a good, nice match to check out. And looking at this, look at the time difference. It's 7:53 for 5:53 also. This is not
one of the most extreme ones that we've seen, though. We've seen some really insane ones.
This is not like the worst one. And I believe that he will give the chessboard a run for his money. Anyway, why was that? Okay, I guess he didn't want to castle kingside, alright? Because they'll just especially since that pawn on the h5 seems to be gone. So yeah, I don't think he wanted to castle, but that really puts him at a disadvantage because now he can't castle, and the rook is there on the h file. So if he wants to get his rook in the game, there's a couple of moves that he has to make before he's able to to get it active.
It's always a little bit uncomfortable, right? But I suppose, like you mentioned, the priority consideration here is it didn't want to make the approach a little bit too easy, given that there's no protection on h file. Does kind of suck though, but sometimes chess is a game of compromise. There will be ways to do this, but it will definitely come at sacrifices of other particular positionings on the board. But this might be the way, right? Because now that you've done this with your pawn, you can start to advance this rook up into this not fifth rank. Just get it up to the 4th rank. You still have that additional protection from pawn to keep you alive from bishop in the event that there is threat from that side. And with this pawn advance coming in from the chess boy, I think he's trying to bait you into it. He's like, yeah, man, that's such a good move. Do it. Come on, it'll be great. And then suddenly, before you know it,
Which move?
this queen is immediately on the backside, attacking you, going in. So this is probably a mistake. You gotta let it go. Yep. Doesn't fall for it. Doesn't take the bait. Good job, Taps Junior.
It's pretty tight.
He was trying to go for that G6 into the check, but goes for the aggressive trade, Taps Junior. All right.
Yeah,
All right. You love to see it.
It's gonna be a bit rough. Then we can see the chessboy taking ownership of that F file. Like, yeah, like you want to place your rooks into open files, but obviously that's going to be contested by Tabs Junior. I guess just stirring it down now. It's like those cowboy movies. Because yeah, you want to have that open file just for your your pieces to move and be safe in those positions, and just to prevent any other pieces from skipping that line, from crossing that line. Feel me?
Absolutely. Keep him from doing anything funny, no shenanigans. So now we see it's gonna be, what's the option here for the chessboard? This is interesting. Starting to see some of these mirror tactics come in, not in like wholesale, but like I'm looking at their pawn structure, very similar in the response from the chessboy. And in this particular situation, he's forcing Taps Junior to sort of beat to his own drum. And in this situation where Taps Junior is still sticking in the game, but it's not necessarily at the pace that he wants to be going at. Look where the development of the game is going, right? Further and further away from where his king is sitting. And there's more pawns in front of the chessboy's king as defense on these G and H files than there is for Taps Junior. So the further away they play from the side, the stronger it is for the chessboy. And we're going to have some trades on the other side of the board.
Just going to endgame, definitely. Whoa, okay.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so knight versus bishop endgame. I'd love to see this. Rough.
Which pawn development structure is a little bit better here? I'd rather be on the chessboy side, but look at him, what he's doing here. This slow advance with the king positioning and this knight. The question is now, and he starts to eat all these pawns, we'll start eliminating them. There's no additional protection. This bishop that's on c2 feels like it's not helping as much as it could be. And is the chessboy gonna go for this trade? Taps Junior can't take that chance, I don't think so.
Nah, he can't. Like I said, if he had a disadvantage, the last thing that you want to do is exchange. You don't want to exchange anything. You want to make sure you keep everything on your side. Well, yeah, else that really puts you at a tough spot. But yeah, so these guys
It's a promotion.
Yeah, the promotion pending. And
yeah, resign.
He resigns. Well played from Taps Junior. That was, he did really give the chessboy a run for his money, and he got the game all the way to the end game. So shout out to him, and I guess that places him in the top spot again, and that puts the chessboy on 3 out of 3 wins, and also Kitonski on 3 out of 3 wins. Then we got Taps Junior and Martinez, both in in third and fourth, with 2 out of 3 points. So that's the top 4 at this moment. This is going to be tough. But we got Volatile and Luquisens, who are also going to try to get like maybe at least 2 points going into the third, and going to the fourth and final round of week 2 of the playoffs. And but like looking at this, they look pretty even. They look pretty even.
Yeah, we're in this mid-game stage now, where things are starting to wind down. Conclusions are being planned out. Volatile in a slightly better position, but very, very even still at the end of the day. And looks like Volatile, one of the reasons why they're in this position is just forcing Luquisen to just take any piece that they can. Like you were just mentioning earlier, a take is a mistake. Not just because when you're in this position, every piece that gets taken away is further positioning that you can't apply, further pressure that you can't use. And the fewer pieces you have on the board, the more powerful this king becomes, that's just here soaking up all the ways that pieces can approach, and this kind of sucks. You're in a tough position now. Tough spot to be in. Feels bad.
Pretty grim.
Can't really afford to. So what do you do now if you are playing on the side of the Crescents? You're gonna eat. You're gonna take there, but now pressure applied to B2 with this rook. Yep, we see it immediately. You gotta decide
the knight.
what's. Yep. Like, and you
way.
can't do anything right now, right? There's no insta check that you can apply with your knight to keep it protected. I mean, okay, sure.
Nah,
you
this
can do
is a
that.
desperate shake. It's like, hey, I'll just check you. I'll just check you for the sake of checking you. That move doesn't do anything. It doesn't really achieve anything.
Yeah.
In this position that he's in. This is pretty grim, you know, because now who's this Volatile will have a minor piece plus a pawn advantage going into this end game. So yeah, if I wouldn't say resign yet, because this game's still prone to blunders and mistakes. So I'll say just wait it out and see what happens. You feel me? Because things you can never trust these guys. You never know with these guys. You never know.
And never be certain, but I don't know, fam. It's pretty difficult to lose from this position, right? You've got knight, rook, the pawn advantage, king position in such a way that you're going to be taking away one of his last pawns very shortly. So this feels, I don't know, man. You'd have to be putting in a lot of mercy, showing too much mercy here in order to
he goes for the
come here with the loss. You see, like, especially after this exchange now, right? Pawn advantage, still have special pieces. You know, this is gonna be G's. Like, whatever. Let him take what he wants. It's cool. Doesn't really matter. Promotion's coming. There we go. All the defense you need is inactive. And yep, you can literally do nothing. And you can't even approach that pawn to prevent this promotion. Yeah. He's gonna try force out the stalemate, but it's not gonna work because there's no repetition.
Yeah, he could do it till he gets tired. Check. He puts himself in the corner. Chai.
Mate.
Jeez.
There we go.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? But yeah, GG's now. Shout out to Requisance. That puts him. Oh no, sorry, Volatile, right? The Volatile takes the win, and that puts him on 2 points. On 2 points as we get closer and closer to the final round.
Alrighty, let's see.
Okay. Lazy Cash's match and Mercy's match just ended as well. With Mercy taking down Lazy Cash. He didn't show Lazy Cash no mercy, but he showed the first guy mercy. Rough.
Lord.
But yeah, we see we have the final round set underway. But let's look at the leaderboard. So far we have the chess boy in first. Let me just see if I can put it out for the people at home real quick. So I'm gonna visit the leaderboard for a second. But yeah, we have the chess boy in first with 3 out of 3 points. He's gonna be playing Kitonsky again. So we know the final score is gonna be 3.5 points for both of them. So that'll automatically put them in the finals of the chess series. Then we got Taps Jr. in third with 3 points. With 2 points. Then we've got Martinez also with 2 points. We've got Volatile with 2 points, and we got Mercio 8 with 2 points. Yeah, I was trying to see if there was a way for Bergerac to make it through, but yeah, it looks like
mathematically it can't happen. Unfortunately,
yeah, it can't happen. Unfortunately, I would have loved to see her. You know, she's a women's candidate master, and you would like to see some girl power. You know, in the grand finals, but we go for the people who are winning. Unfortunately. But yeah,
she got really unlucky with the draw, right? Because she got the chess boy and Kitonsky today.
Hold up. Wait. The match between Kitonsky is already done. What? We just started the round like 2 seconds ago.
Lol. I mean, it's a draw, right? You knew what was gonna happen, so we knew what the outcome was gonna be.
I mean, I knew the outcome, right? But I would have loved to see what's gonna happen again. Maybe something new.
Nope.
Cha-cha. GG's. Shout out to
You know,
them.
so they're at the top.
But we ain't
They have
gonna have this in the grand final because someone has to win. Someone has to win if they meet in the semifinals. Because I don't know how the draws are gonna happen for the semis and the grand final for the semis. So if they meet up in the semis, what's gonna happen? Are we gonna play tiebreakers until we get tired so we can just get a person who's gonna go through into the grand finals?
Lol. Might just be that way. It might just be that way. It might have no other option, fam, at this point.
And if you guys would like to
Um,
see who's going to be paired up after the top four have been determined after today's after today's matches, be sure to tune in. Be sure to follow us on all our social media platforms, which is at Ekasi Esports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. This video with your friends. Be sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications on the channel so you are so that you're notified when we post when we post up the finals. And we've also been also, by the way, we also have the pre-show. The pre-show is where we'll be giving you guys our predictions. That's where we're going to be giving you guys the breakdown of what's been happening. So also be sure to tune into the pre-show, which I think episode 2 is going to be released on Thursday or probably Thursday. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, be sure to tune into the pre-show so you guys can hear more of our predictions and so you guys can see a detailed breakdown of what's going to be happening to the grand finals. And yeah. But back to the matches. Here we have Volatile against Taps Jr., both sitting on 2 points and both fighting for a spot in the grand finals.
yeah.
So
this is given the fact that if Taps Jr. is able to walk away with this one, it's pretty much a guarantee for either of them, actually, like you mentioned, that this gets you in, and then without having to worry about tiebreaker points. And right now, the way that it's looking, Volatile is on the offensive here and trying to draw out Taps Jr. into some very awkward places. And we already see that the board looks fairly awkward for Taps Jr. Everything is concentrated on these very, very far back ranks. No real advancement into the middle of the board, which is entirely controlled by Volatile right now. Having been able to unleash this Rook very nicely after the short side castle.
And he also is taking control of that E file as well early in the game. Things are really looking nice for Volatile. I wonder what's up with Tabs, man. What is up with Tabs? Like, he came in strong today, and I thought, because if he loses this match, this could possibly cause him not to make it into the finals. And basically, if he loses this match, he might he's not gonna make it into the top 4, which is gonna be very, very grim for him. Taps Jr. is really having a hard time. Plus, he didn't even get to castle as well. He moved his king. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, things are really looking bad for Taps at the moment as we speak. Like right now, after the opening.
And have to do something really interesting to recover. You hate to see, for example, on this F file, the doubled up pawn feels a little bit bad right now.
Oh my god!
Feels bad.
What's the next move after this? Like what? A check onto E8?
I mean, you can. You do that. Afterwards, you force him. Don't force him to be able to. I mean, it doesn't do anything for you. I don't think you do.
Really
He's gonna go for it.
Just adds more pressure.
So now you just go on to H7, and you can't really follow up with this. And now suddenly you're the one that's in danger, and you have to move back the rook. So it doesn't really keep the pressure on in the same way that you wanted to. Okay. Volatile. That feels like a little bit of a mistake. So we're going to have a free rook. Thank you very much.
No. He is threatening the queen.
I mean, you just get out the queen. You don't really keep the threat on the screen, right? It's very easy to get out with the screen. Like, where do you go? Oh, wait, actually, it isn't. No, it is. It's fine. You just go to H6 and then what? H6 afterwards.
What's the next?
Because where else can you go besides that, right? If you stay where you are, you get eaten. You can't go to G6. You're going to get eaten. You go to H6. You stay alive. You go to E. You get eaten. I mean, you can if you really want to. Try go all the way here to C2 or something like that. But that doesn't really feel like it really accomplished anything. And you're going to go up here to G5. Put some threat onto the knight itself, given that the knight doesn't actually have any other defense. Okay, I see. This makes sense. This makes sense.
Takes.
You're gonna try to pressure this, but then the immediate response from Volatile also quite good. Make sure that you're protecting your own rook at the same time while protecting the knight. I didn't see this one. I
Oh
didn't see the
yeah,
G5.
yeah, and then you check him again with the queen. Yeah, check him
Yeah,
again
so
with
he
the
has to
queen.
respond with
Then
the
he
pawn from that side. Yeah.
no, because I mean like I feel like Volta could have taken that pawn onto g6. Let's see how. So yeah, he takes the pawn on g6. Obviously he has to take with the queen. Volta has to take. Taps Junior takes with the queen. After he takes the queen, you take the it's an exchange. So you take the queen with your knight, and then after that the king will have to. Oh no! But you take with the pawn. Okay, no, doesn't really achieve much there. I feel like it's just for pressure at this point. He was just doing for maybe that pressure.
This is interesting here. So, getting in behind the backlands, this should be able to net him the knight for free, given that you have to try and protect the king, and then there's no way to be doing that and protecting the knight as well. So, good move here from Volatile. Volatile is actually on a tear on this game.
Definitely.
Because you're destroying the backlands. Because now suddenly there's threat again onto the b7 pawn. There's threat onto this pawn that's going to be on c6 immediately afterwards. And not many moves available for Taps Jr. to both keep protecting the king, play aggressively with the bishop, or with the queen, sorry, and still protect everything on that side. Would at least try to keep the bishop alive, but...
Oh, by the way, this is the last match of this round. This is the last match.
Yeah,
Bekra finished her match. Yeah. I'm saying the last match of the round.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
The last match?
Yeah, because
wow.
Bekra just finished the match. She won, puts on 2 out of 4 points, but that doesn't, that still keeps it on the, in 7th. So yeah, it feels bad, man. Like I would have really loved to see her in the top 4, to see him make it into the finals.
It's not. Why did she have to play both the chess boy and Kitongski? It's so unfair.
Yes, it was pretty shy at that point. It was pretty shy. But yeah, looking at this though, I'm looking at the scoreboard. It looks like Martinez and Mercio 8 also drew their match. These guys, they also drew their match, and they're both on 2.5 points. But that doesn't really help because the winner of this match really looks like it's going to be Okay, yeah, it looks like it's going to be Volatile, right? Which is just it looks like it's going to be Volatile. Is going to make it into the top 4. Definitely, is going to make the winner of this match is definitely going to make it into the top 4. But then
Mercy is going to get pushed out because Martinez has more tiebreaker points.
Unfortunately.
The wild lands of chess, yo. The wild lands of chess.
Tell me about it. You see, he has to do calculations now, and I see this is why our coach was like, it helps you with maths. But it's way deeper than that, people. It's way deeper than that, but yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, that especially like going back to that point on Bekra, having to play the top 2 players in this tournament. I feel like I can safely call him that. In at a time where you have to qualify for the grand finals.
Yeah. At a time where you need 3 wins to qualify.
At least if she had played one of them, at least,
Yeah, one of them, whatever, right? But if you get 3 wins, you can qualify. Yeah. And I'm fairly confident in her ability against anybody else except those 2 players. And she has to play those 2 players, it's just an impossible situation.
Bro. The gods went with her. Make some Shaila Matambo next time.
Hey.
Shaila Matambo before the match, just to be like, hey, just to avoid these guys, going forward. But yeah,
it is what it is. And now, it looks like also, except for the chess player Kitongsi, our entire order for the top 4 has been jumbled up a little bit. Yeah. A lot of surprises have been happening. Volatile out here, Martinez as well, having a good day today.
But he had that buy though. He had that buy.
Also did get the buy as well.
He had that buy though. Just
did get the buy.
He had that buy though. This is why I don't like buys. This is why I don't like buys, because they just you have to prove yourself. That's the thing. You have to prove yourself and show why you deserve to be in the grand finals. But no, I'm not gonna take it away from him. He's made it through. So shout out to him. Shout out to him for making it through into the into the grand finals. Because I guess you can safely say shout out to him to win grand finals, because he's definitely earned a spot, and he has solidified a spot here in the top 4. But now, who is gonna take that other spot? Who is gonna take that
It
other spot?
should be volatile, but Taps
The way it's
Jr.
looking.
still in the game.
Yeah,
Still
he's holding
has
on by
a
the
lot
thread.
of special pieces, still has a lot to do. And it's not an easy position
If
where
I
they're in right
was,
now for
if I was
volatile.
volatile, I would exchange queens, and yeah, he does that.
He's trying to force it. Yeah.
Yeah. Chai. It's Chai. It's Chai. I mean, he has 4 extra pawns. He is up a knight. Plus, Taps Jr. has those doubled up pawns on the FR. It's Chai for Taps. At this point, you know what I should do? What the school of
Oh.
school of chess. You know what you must
The
do.
real purpose of chess is to resign.
Nah.
No.
Not to resign, but if you know it's Chai, it's Chai. Yeah. I feel like that should be my slogan now. Resign.
It's Chai. It's resign.
It's Chai, it's Chai.
Chai. Resign, bro.
Chai.
Done. When I find you like outside government offices there, it's like it's Chai. Just resign.
Resign. You know it. Resign. But yeah, so let's see. But let's see if he's able to conclude this game. Like I said, we've seen blunders before. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Taps Jr. is hoping for that at this point. Because that's why I feel like he's still continuing. Hoping for a blunder.
But it would have to be a blunder of note here, comrade, because look, like so many pawn advantage, and then effectively it's more than that because, like you mentioned, we still have the doubled up pawns at this point in the game. So, I don't know. It feels like a very difficult one, and Taps Jr. is now forced into a situation where he has to make a trade.
The fork. Oh, beautiful play.
And now here goes for the additional fork. Game is over. There we go. That's what you wanted. The resignation.
He had to force the resignation out of him. You had to force it out. You're like, hey. But now, shout out to Taps Jr. Unlucky. I guess we got half our prediction correct. But things it was a bit obvious. So do you even call it a prediction that thing?
Nah, not really.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out. So we got the chess boy in first. We got Kitonski in second, and we got Volatile 08 in third, and then we got Martinez in fourth. So that means we'll be seeing those people in the grand finals of the Ekasi Esports Chess Series.
Yep.
So yeah. Now shout out to them. Those were the games for today, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to everyone who was in the server. Shout out, to all of them who have made it this far. This really proves, it proves how strong you are. You've made it to week 10, but now we are unfortunately going to be going into the grand finals, and the grand finals means that we're going to be saying goodbye to the chess series soon. Well, not goodbye. We're just going to say bye for now. Till the season 2 comes up. But yeah. Shout out to everyone who has made it through this far. It has been one hell of a ride, Sneh. It's been one hell of a ride.
A lot has happened. It's been a lot of fun.
A lot has happened.
Incredible time.
And I can't wait to see what are the draws, what's going to happen in the semifinals. I can't wait to see the bracket, which is going to be released, by the way, on the social media platform. So be sure to follow us on socials to know who is going to make it, or who's going to be playing against who in the grand finals. Because if we see Kitonski and Dichespo in the semifinal, that's going to be one hell of a grand final.
Yeah.
You feel me? But yeah. But actually, let's give your prediction. If they meet in the finals, who do you think? Okay, let's say if they play either in the finals or in the semifinals, who do you think is going to win between the chess boys?
Actually, win between them. From what I've seen from them, I've liked the chess boy a bit more than Kitonski. So yeah, I would go for the chess boy.
So you go for the chess boy.
I would go for the chess boy, yeah, just based on how they've played the game.
Okay.
And I think it probably benefits the chess boy that they've been in more situations where it really came, it got later into the game, right? For the most part, we've really seen Kitongsi's strength, overwhelming in the mid game. We haven't really seen, late game development. So I think the chess boy also might have had a bit more practice in those arenas. So yeah, I like what I see from them. So I think they're going to get the dub if it were to come to blows.
Div. Yeah, I guess if you look at the ratings as well, every time I look at the ratings, the chess boy has a rating which is slightly just above Kitonski. But my gut, usually I follow the stats, right? And yesterday we had the FIFA tournaments, and I was supposed to give my predictions, and I gave my predictions based on the stats, and those stats worked against me. They worked against my favor, and my predictions were destroyed. But my gut tells me that Kithonski might win.
Okay.
You know, looking at the stats, DJ's boy looks good to take it. You know, but obviously not. You know, no, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be one hell of a fight. But I think Kithonski might win. I think Kithonski might cause, you know, an upset, and we might take it. Like I said, we don't know who's gonna win. We don't know who's gonna win. We don't know who's gonna, because they've been drawing this entire time. They've met a billion times. I don't know how many times. I've lost count how many times they've met on the server. But yeah, I don't know. If push comes to shove, I think Kithonski might come through.
Well, definitely, we'll see.
That's my prediction. That's my prediction. Plus he's the homie. So, but yeah, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next week. And be sure, like I said, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications to know when the grand finals will be posted live. Well, it's gonna be same time. So yeah, I guess and also, yeah, like I said, you know, this is the time to put in the plugs. If you guys want to get access to these awesome deals that you see cycling here at the bottom in the red pictures, be sure to head on to Vodacom World, because these deals are exclusive to Vodacom World. So be sure to head down and check and see what they have there. Like I said, they have some nice stuff there. They got everything and anything. Plus, it's a nice facility, so it's you know, it's nice to check it out. So be sure to head down to Midrand at Vodacom World to get access to these awesome deals, and also be sure to follow Vodacom on the socials, just at Vodacom SA in most social media platforms. And yeah, and I guess it's your time to plug yourself, Snake. Where can people
follow me on Twitter at Snaregradamus. Find me on Twitch at Snarecasting, YouTube Curved Thought, and on Instagram R1HLAMVU. Yeah, that's everywhere. I think that's everything. Yeah, that should be everything.
Oh yeah. And you guys can find me on Instagram at Perfect Kampeki. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll have to sort out my handles because I'm confused. But I know it's Perfect Kampeki or Kampeki Perfect. So just search for both those on all social media platforms, and you should be able to find me. And yeah, I think that's my little plug. Besides that, you can catch me here on the Ekasi Esports YouTube channel. We are trying to bring more content to you guys. Like I said, be sure to tune into the pre-show, where we'll be releasing season 2 of the pre-show this week on Thursday. And also be sure to tune into the grand finals, because there's a lot of grand finals happening. There's the grand finals of the Free Fire series happening on Friday at 4 p.m. There's the grand finals of the Ekasi Esports FIFA 21 series happening on Saturday at 2 p.m. And we have the grand finals of the Ekasi Esports chess series happening on Sunday at 3 p.m. And this is all powered by Vodacom World and also presented by the gents from Ekasi Esports. So shout out to, you know, everyone who made this possible. Shout out to you, Snare. Shout out to all the other casters who have made this possible. It's been nice. You know, it's been one half a journey. Yeah. It's sad that next week is gonna be the last week, man.
Bleak times.
I think
for now.
Oh yeah, for now, definitely. But I'll have some tissue just in case the waterworks happen. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it on my side. And yeah, I guess we're about to wrap it up. So from us here at the chess series and from us at Ekasi Esports, this is us signing out, and we'll see you guys same time, same place. Danko.
Bye.